Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley to face off in WWE. Real reasons for Rhea Ripley's interaction with Paul Heyman on SmackDown. The Rock shares heartwarming message, how El Duo versus Bobby Lashley and Street Profits will end at Fastlane 2023. Liv Morgan dating former WWE 24/7 champion Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes win at Fastlane. Seth Rollins loses his title at Fastlane, but not to Shinsuke Nakamura. WWE Universe erupts after Roman Reigns' return is confirmed. Let's jump right into it. Real reasons for Rhea Ripley's interaction with Paul Heyman on SmackDown. The wrestling world is buzzing following Rhea Ripley's interaction with Paul Heyman on SmackDown this week. The two discussed in the Bloodline's locker room after the Judgment Day arrived on the blue brand just a day before Fastlane. Heyman, Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa arrived in their locker room to find out the Judgment Day and JD McDonough were already there. Ripley then asked her faction to leave her and Heyman alone for a small talk. The wise man told Jimmy and Solo to do the same. Now that we've had a bit of a recap, let's discuss 5 possible reasons for Rhea Ripley's interaction with Paul Heyman on SmackDown. Number 5. Forming a new super faction. WWE aired the locker room segment between Rhea Ripley and Paul Heyman on SmackDown this week. Mammy told the wise man that the Bloodline and the Judgment Day needed to align because we are stronger together. Ripley may want a new super faction to emerge from the union between Bloodline and Judgment Day. The new group would be unbeatable, allowing both factions to run Raw and SmackDown simultaneously. Number 4. Deliver a massive warning. Rhea Ripley was convincing with her proposition to Paul Heyman on SmackDown. She explicitly told the wise man they needed to work together or find out which one of the Bloodline or the Judgment Day is stronger. This was a threat to the Bloodline's very existence in WWE. Mommy knows that Roman Reigns' group has struggled to keep it together since Jey Uso walked out. Ripley probably used his absence to deliver her massive warning to the wise man. Number 3. Build toward a massive Survivor Series Showdown. The Bloodline and the Judgment Day had formed a brief alliance in mid-April 2023. The partnership, however, didn't last long because the two factions couldn't stand each other. Tonight's event, however, showed the two groups could work together. It is possible that Rhea Ripley's interaction with Paul Heyman could be a massive foreshadowing for a huge multi-man match featuring the likes of Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and John Cena at Survivor Series 2023. Number 2. Force Paul Heyman to ditch the Bloodline. Paul Heyman has been the guiding force behind the Bloodline for 3 years now. The wise man has mentored Roman Reigns and the Usos to record-breaking singles and tag team title reign. He's been instrumental in some of the biggest wins of their career. That said, Heyman's association with the Bloodline seems to have reached its end. The wise man is seen to be drifting apart from the faction, and Ripley sees that as an opportunity to bring him to Judgment Day. Number 1. Rhea Ripley's potential confrontation with Roman Reigns. Rhea Ripley's interaction with Paul Heyman on SmackDown has confirmed her as the de facto leader of the Judgment Day. Mammy also popped a reaction from the fans when she told the wise man to acknowledge her. Hypothetically, such a statement would put the tribal chief on notice, causing him to take matters into his own hand. It remains to be seen if Ripley's meeting with Heyman will lead to a confrontation with Roman Reigns on SmackDown in the near future. The Rock shares heartwarming message. The Rock shared a heartfelt reaction to a WWE fan, sending him rare footage from early in his career. The Great One made his shocking return to the company on the September 15th edition of SmackDown. Pat McAfee kicked off the show in Denver and got a tremendous reaction from the crowd. Former United States champion Austin Theory interrupted and got booed out of the building. The People's Champion then showed up and got the entire arena to mock Theory. He then connected with the People's Elbow on Theory, and then McAfee delivered one of his own as well to end the segment. A wrestling fan took to social media today to share a screenshot of a match between The Rock and Chris Candido early in his career. The 10-time world champion reacted to the photo and said that this was actually from his second match ever, and his first match occurred just a day prior. He then sent kind words about his opponent in the match, Chris Candido, who tragically passed away in 2005. Incredible you're able to see this inside footage. Wow, this was my second match ever. 24 hours earlier, I had my first match ever in Corpus Christi. God bless Chris Candido, he posted. The Rock stopped by the Pat McAfee show before his appearance on SmackDown last month. He claimed that the match against Roman Reigns almost happened at WrestleMania 39. Roman Reigns successfully defended the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes at WWE WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. Solo Sikoa interfered in the match to ensure that the tribal chief retained the title. During his appearance on the Pat McAfee show last month, the 51-year-old disclosed that he almost battled Reigns at WrestleMania 39, but plans never came to fruition. However, he added that the match could still take place at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. We can have the match, but what can we do for the fans in the business? WrestleMania isn't the end, but beginning of something bigger. We got close, but we couldn't nail what that thing was. So we put our pencils down. There's a merger coming up. Eventually that will happen. There's a WrestleMania in Philadelphia, he said. Roman Reigns has been dominant as undisputed WWE Universal Champion, and it could require legends such as The Rock to dethrone him. It will be fascinating to see if the dream match takes place at WrestleMania 40 next year. Would you like to see The Rock challenge Roman Reigns at WWE WrestleMania 40? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. How LDO versus Bobby Lashley and Street Profits will end at Fastlane 2023. The WWE Fastlane 2023 card will feature a potentially explosive match between Latino World Order and Bobby Lashley's new group, and former SmackDown general manager Teddy Long believes there's only one logical outcome, which is a win for the heel. The recent weeks have seen WWE gradually build towards the full-blown turn for the Street Profits, as it initially felt like Bobby Lashley would abandon them and seek out new members for his faction. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, however, have proven that they can get the job done and will team up with their mentor, the Almighty, for a big match against Rey Mysterio's crew. While sharing his predictions on Sportskeeda's WrestleBinge channel, Teddy Long felt there was no reason to book Lashley's team to lose, as they needed the win more than LDO. He briefly explained, "Well, you just created the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, so you got to get these guys up and running." The legendary wrestling journalist also agreed that Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits defeating LUO would be the expected outcome of what should be an entertaining six-man tag team match. The Wrestling Time Machine co-host noted that the contest seemed like it was added to pad the Fastlane match card. Bill Apter responded by clarifying that he considered Bobby Lashley a super talent and would look forward to every match that involved the former WWE champion. "When you talk about padding, anything that Bobby Lashley is into me is not padding. He's a super talent," said Apter. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are arguably going into Fastlane 2023 as the favorites, and it is majorly due to Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar still searching for their third partner. As witnessed on SmackDown, Mysterio revealed he might have to call an old friend, and the identity of the returning star has also been reportedly revealed. Who do you think will emerge victorious between the clash of Bobby Lashley's team and the LDO? Sound off in the comments section below. WWE legend confirms Liv Morgan is dating former WWE 24/7 champion. WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair recently confirmed that Liv Morgan is currently in a romantic relationship with a former 24/7 champion. Now, Morgan has been romantically linked to some of her co-workers over the past few years. While it was confirmed that she dated Enzo Amore, the former SmackDown Women's Champion was also rumored to have a brief romance with Tyler Bate. In 2021, reports suggested that Morgan was dating Bo Dallas. However, neither of the two ever confirmed these speculations. While speaking about Dallas family, the Rotundas on his To Be the Man podcast, Ric Flair apparently confirmed that the former 24/7 champion and Morgan are a couple. "I was so happy to see Bray Wyatt. I just saw Barry's sister the other day, Mike's wife, and Mike was there at the 30th anniversary of Raw. Mike Rotunda, Barry Windham's brother-in-law. So Barry is recovering. He is here in Tampa. He's at what they call the compound. That would be the Bray Wyatt / Mike Rotunda compound. Bo's got a bunch of property out there. Bo is with Liv Morgan now. I think, are they married? I don't know. Yeah, and I saw JoJo, Bray's wife. Yeah, they're a very happy family," he said. Bo Dallas joined the Stanford-based company in 2008. He spent about 13 years as an active competitor in NXT, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown. However, the company released him from his contract in April 2021. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan has been an active competitor in WWE since 2014. The 28-year-old is currently on the SmackDown roster. Last Saturday, she was very close to winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Despite entering the bout at number 2, the former SmackDown Women's Champion lasted over an hour before getting eliminated by the winner, Rhea Ripley. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes wins at Fastlane. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes have a huge upcoming match at Fastlane. The pair will take on the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Rhodes and Jey will probably have a Rhea Ripley problem, but that might not last because of a certain Samoan star. It is possible that Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes could win the tag team titles at Fastlane 2023 due to unexpected help from Nia Jax. The irresistible force can potentially show up during the match to attack Rhea Ripley, causing the current champions to drop their titles due to the distraction. Nia Jax was responsible for viciously assaulting Rhea Ripley upon her return on Monday Night Raw and putting her on the shelf for several weeks. The former Raw Women's Champion had attacked both Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez during the main event of the September 11, 2023 episode of Raw. The attack caused Rodriguez and Ripley to suffer from whiplash and bruised ribs, respectively. Both women returned to Raw from their injuries this past Monday during the opening brawl between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Speaking of brawls, the go-home episode of SmackDown for Fastlane 2023 ended with a massive brawl between the trifecta of John Cena, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes against the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. Cody Rhodes had announced on Raw about his plans to appear on SmackDown alongside Jey Uso to confront the Judgment Day. The faction formed an alliance with the Bloodline following Paul Heyman's authorization on the Blue brand this week. The heels tried to take out LA Knight and John Cena, but were thwarted by the arrival of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. The babyfaces cleaned up the ring by taking turns destroying JD McDonough before the show went off the air. It remains to be seen if this angle will lead to a huge multi-man match at Survivor Series 2023. Do you think Nia Jax could act as a savior for Cody and Jey if Rhea Ripley tries to interfere in the tag team titles match? Sound off in the comments section below. Seth Rollins loses his title at Fastlane, but not to Shinsuke Nakamura. The Fastlane 2023 Premium Live event is just a few hours away, following the final episode of Friday Night SmackDown. The Fastlane match card is already a blockbuster, featuring a World Heavyweight Championship clash between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura in a last-man-standing match. However, if the Visionary retains his title against the King of Strong Styles, despite this, he may still be at risk of losing it to Damian Priest. The belief in this possibility arises from the recent addition of the Blue Brand, where the Judgment Day member was seen closely watching the Fastlane promo between Nakamura and Rollins backstage. This has led fans to speculate that Priest might cash in his contract and compel the winner of that bout to compete against him at Fastlane. However, despite this tease, it is highly unlikely that Mr. Money in the Bank will cash in his contract at this event. One potential reason for this could be the company's decision to delay the cash-in for the Archer of Infamy. According to reports, a cash-in by Priest will be heavily teased in December. It appears that WWE has no immediate intention of taking away the Money in the Bank briefcase from the Judgment Day member. However, it is important to note that there might be a potential tease or even a confrontation from Priest after the match, but is unlikely that things end up with Priest cashing in his contract. Moreover, Damian is also set to defend his undisputed tag team titles alongside Finn Balor against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso on the show, which makes the probability of Damian Priest cashing in his Money in the Bank contract quite negligible. Besides the clash between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura, alongside the Judgment Day defending their tag team titles, the card of the upcoming Premium Live event is stacked with some of the biggest superstars in the company. John Cena, along with LA Knight, is set to face Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa in a traditional tag team match. Moreover, Io Sky will defend her women's championship against Charlotte Flair and Asuka in a triple threat match. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar, along with their mystery partner, will take on Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits in a six-man tag team match. There is also a high belief that the mystery partner might be the return of Carlito to the Stamford-based promotion. Despite this matchup card, there is also significant anticipation for the surprise appearances of Randy Orton and Jade Cargill at Fastlane 2023. Reports have stated that Cargill is expected to appear on this show, although there is no information regarding Randy Orton's status for this event. Overall, the Premium Live event seems to be a fully stacked show with expectations of lots of twists, turns, and surprises. Which matchup are you looking forward to the most? Sound off in the comments section below. The WWE Universe erupts after Roman Reigns' return is confirmed. Roman Reigns is back, and the WWE Universe cannot contain its excitement. Taking to Twitter/X, fans have reacted as the Tribal Chief is finally set to return for the first time since August 11. In his last appearance, Reigns was involved in an in-ring segment with the Bloodline following his win over Jey Uso at SummerSlam. At the Premium Live event, he successfully defended the undisputed WWE Universal Championship with an unlikely assist from Jey Uso. On this week's SmackDown, WWE confirmed that Reigns will return to next week's show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which will also be the season premiere of SmackDown. During Roman Reigns' absence, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and Jey Uso have been dealing with a Bloodline business. The latter, who previously betrayed Reigns at Night of Champions, returned after Jey moved to Monday Night Raw. At Fastlane, Jimmy and Sikoa will team up to face the duo of LA Knight and John Cena in a huge tag team match. At Fastlane, Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa will aim for a big win over John Cena and LA Knight. However, according to Bill Apter, a loss for the Bloodline duo could lead to more issues within the faction. Speaking on the Wrestling Time Machine podcast, the wrestling veteran stated that Cena and Knight will likely walk out with the win at Fastlane. He believes there will be outside interferences during the match, eventually leading to more troubles within the Bloodline. Apter said, "I think Cena and LA Knight. The fans are gonna go home happy, and I think there's gonna be interference going on from some of the other Bloodline people that we're not sure of at this point. I think it's gonna be a whole Donnybrook, but I think Cena and LA Knight will win, and it's gonna cause more trouble with the whole Bloodline family. They seem to be falling apart." With Roman Reigns set to return next week, fans could expect him to address the Bloodline's tag team match against Cena and Knight, alongside Jey Uso's current status within the group. Are you excited for Roman Reigns' return on next week's SmackDown? Sound off in the comments section below. Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley to face off in WWE. Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley have not shared the screen ever since the Tribal Chief authorized Paul Heyman to mediate an alliance between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day back in April 2023. However, that might soon change following the events of SmackDown this week. Rhea Ripley had a locker room meeting with Paul Heyman on the SmackDown before Fastlane. Mammy also mocked Roman Reigns by telling the wise man to acknowledge her. The angle can potentially lead to a face-off between the Eradicator and the Tribal Chief in the near future. Reigns is set to appear on SmackDown next Friday, which will mark his first televised appearance for the Blue Brand since August 11, 2023. Ripley, on the other hand, will be in the Judgment Day's corner for their big match at Fastlane 2023. For those unaware, Finn Balor and Damian Priest will defend their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso at the October 7 Premium Live event in Indianapolis, Indiana. The champions and the challengers were involved in in a huge multi-man brawl on SmackDown this week. Rhodes and Jey arrived to even the odds for John Cena and LA Knight against the Bloodline in the Judgment Day. Roman Reigns has been on a hiatus for weeks. He is not reportedly scheduled to appear at Fastlane tonight, even though the card features a huge tag team match between the Bloodline and the team of John Cena and LA Knight. Speaking of Cena, the Gyoiki is reportedly set to go up against Reigns for his undisputed WWE Universal Championship at Crown Jewel on November 4 in Saudi Arabia. Reigns and Cena last met for a title match at SummerSlam 2021. It remains to be seen if the longtime rivals will once again confront each other in the near future. Who do you think will emerge victorious between the encounter of the Bloodline and the team of Cena and Knight? Sound off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me